Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Gina, and today's video I have a houseplant tour for you. So this is the first and only houseplant tour of 2024. So we are going to go through all the plants in the upstairs portion of my house. I do have a ton of plants down in my basement, and I have 2 grow tents now. They're 8 foot by 8 foot, and they are filled with a lot of plants. But I'm gonna do a separate video for those. So for this, it's just all the upstairs plants. So there's a lot to go through. And I don't want this to be like a super long video. My goal is to keep this under an hour long. So you're gonna see, I'm not gonna like spend a whole lot of time on each plant. I mean, some plants I might spend a little more time on, but for the most part, we are just gonna look at the plants, bam, bam, bam. Look at the plants, I'll tell you their names, and I'm sure I won't remember some of the names. And in that case, the name will be up on the screen for you. Yeah, so it's going to be kind of fast moving. And then also, I am at a stage right now. I'm going through things. I got my hair cut. Can you see I got my hair cut? This is part of my kind of changing things. I'm feeling like I'm kind of like in a rut lately. Yeah, I think it's the time of the year. It's like this time of year, the fall, I kind of like to purge things. Oh, and this is Nikki. For my kitty fans, Nora's also here. If she sticks around, you'll see, they're both here right now, so you'll see both of them. But so, yeah, it's the time of year. Like last year I didn't do this, but this year it's like every couple of years I just feel like I need a change. So I got myself a haircut, which I love, and for the first time I actually got layers in my hair. I don't know if you can see. I got layers. It's shorter up here. So anyway, this is part of the changes I'm going through, which leads me to my point here is some of these plants are going to be purged from my collection. So I'm going to point out the ones that are kind of on the chopping block. I kind of want to, I don't know, I just want to make life easier for myself. Like so if you don't know, I have an online plant shop called The Pink Trellis, where I sell propagations from a lot of the plants you see here every week on this channel. And I have the 2 big grow tents now, the 8 foot by 8 foot grow tents filled with plants, and that keeps me extremely busy. So some of the plants up here that I would never propagate, or I don't want to propagate, some of these plants I'm just going to purge from my collection to make my life easier. So I will point those out. Those will be pointed out to you, and yeah, I think that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say about that. So yeah, I think we'll get started right in this room. So we are in this is my living room. This is the front room of my house. Okay, so just to kind of give you some scale of the room, this is how big it is, and yeah, let's go walk around. So starting on this side of the room, this plant right here, this is a Dracaena, and I think it's maybe Dracaena marginata, maybe? I don't know, I can't tell. I picked this plant up at an estate sale, and it has grown so much for me. And okay, so this is an example of a plant that I would not propagate, but I just kind of absolutely love this one. I just love its shape. I just love it. So that's one that will most likely is going to stay in my collection. Here is a domino peace lily, which is gorgeous. I love it. However, this may be one that will be leaving the collection. Not sure yet. Up here, this is a Scindapsus. What is that one? Silver Queen. So this is one that was gifted to me. I got this one from Tina, and it looks very similar to just the Scindapsus exotica. I can't tell a difference. Maybe there is a difference. I'm not seeing the difference, but I do love it, and I am hanging on to that one. Here is a Philodendron tortum, which I think is adorable. I love it. I love its shape. Kind of has like a wacky, just kind of wacky looking. And this one is unsure. I'm unsure if I'm going to keep that one or if I'm going to get rid of that one. Up here I have some succulents. This is a pickle plant. This is an elephant bush. Both are not like this one is kind of struggling, but I kind of like the shape. I kind of like that leggy, wacky look. So I will most likely keep those. This one was an imported one. This is Epipremnum amplissimum aurea. And I do enjoy this one. It's got a little bit of crispiness. It is pretty. Not sure on this one. May or may not keep this one. Over here, this is a Hoya carnosa compacta, and this is the variegated version. It blooms all the time. This one kind of struggled through you can see it's a little bit sunburned. It got a little bit too much sun in this location. I have another one of these in my bedroom, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting rid of this one. I'm going to sell this one, pretty sure. It's got some neat variegation on that one. So yeah, that one might be on the chopping block because I pretty much want to open up these windows. Sorry for the backlighting. By the way, this direction here, that's west. So this is kind of what I call a northwest facing window because north would be this direction. So yeah, just to give you an idea of like lighting, I'll do that for each of the rooms. Okay, moving on. So yeah, like I said, I do want to clear out the windows here. However, not all the way, and we'll get to that. So this is I purchased it as a Hoya macrophylla albomarginata. I think it's been reclassified or renamed as latifolia. This one, oh good Lord. Blooper, yeah. Popped a leaf off, but yeah, this one is growing quite a bit for me. It's really pretty. I don't know. I'm not sure this is one that I would want to propagate, so I don't know. This one might be one I sell, although it is really pretty and it is pretty large. And I don't have like a lot of large Hoyas because I chop my Hoyas a lot for my plant shop. So I don't know, maybe I'll hang on to that one just because it's a larger Hoya. Here is I think it's a burro's tail, I'm pretty sure. It's either donkey's tail or burro's tail. I love that one, gonna keep that one. That is just Nora's catgrass. That is to keep her from chewing on my plants. So here, this is the ponytail palm. And this is one that I am keeping, even though I'm not going to be propagating this plant. I just absolutely love it. I love it in this hanger, and I'm not going to be getting rid of that one. So that one is staying, and it is staying in this location. So this one is leaving. This one is staying. This here is Hoya carrii, which this is my huge Hoya carrii. And I recently trimmed it back. I did a ton of cuts on this one. You can see a cut here, there's a cut there. I cut so much off of this plant just to make it more manageable. But this is staying and I want to keep it in this location. Next to it here, this is the Hoya obovata variegated, and it's like an inner variegation. I'm struggling with the lighting, but this one, here you can see. This one is moving, even though I love this pot it's in this macrame plant hanger, which I made. I love that, but this one is moving to the grow tent. I'm gonna take this one to the grow tent. It will grow more. I mean, it grows a lot as it is, but it will grow even more in there, and I will be doing propagations of this one for the plant shop. Here, this is Philodendron Brazil. Gorgeous plant. However, pretty sure this is one that is going to be purged. I am going to sell this one. as pretty as it is, I'm gonna sell that one. So here, this is going, this is going, and this is going. And then this will be removed. I'm either gonna take it to the grow tent, or maybe I'll just move it somewhere else in the house. Most likely that's what I do, just move it somewhere else in the house. This is staying, Nora's grass will stay, that will stay. Yeah, so I just kind of wanna, clean things up a little bit. I just feel like it's a little, I don't know, I'm kind of moving away from the jungle look. I think that's yeah, just kind of moving away from the jungle look. Okay, so on this wall, this is a pothos. I believe it is a jade satin. Some people try to tell me it's an enjoy. It was purchased as a, not jade satin, oh, what's the name? Something jade. I can't remember. Anyway, it's a pothos, and most likely will be going. I'll be selling that one. Here is a Black Raven ZZ plant, which I absolutely love. This will be staying. I just think it's so pretty. And I love its growth pattern. Here, this is like my ZZ plant collection area. So this is just a regular ZZ plant, which I think I'm gonna be selling that one. Then this one is, I think it was called the Chameleon ZZ plant. This one, probably gonna be getting rid of that one. It's not really showing like that special coloration that makes it like, it's also kind of dusty. Yeah, so I think this will be going, this will be going, that one's staying. So this is an Aglaonema, and I think, is the name in there? Can't remember what exactly this one is called. I love it. I love the way it looks. It has grown so much. It's so full. Let me sit down here so you can get you can see how full it is. Really pretty. That one I'm unsure of. That one might be going. This one, another Aglaonema, for sure. I mean, it's so pretty, but I'm gonna get rid of that one. This is a Monstera adansonii mint, and I will hang on to this one. However, I'll probably move that to the grow tent. So this section here is gonna be cleared out. I think the only thing that will be staying is this plant right here. So up here is my Scindapsus collection, and all of these are staying. So we have Silver Lady. We have, I'm gonna get up on the couch here. This is the Jade Satin Variegated. And then this one, this is Silvery Ann. And you can see it's Silvery Ann right here. It looks like it's dipped in silver paint. It doesn't get a whole lot of light, so the more light you give it, the more it looks like it's dipped in paint. So it's, yeah, it's kind of dark up there. This is the Silver Cloud. Really pretty one. This is just an Argyrius. And here's more Silver Cloud leaves. Really pretty. This is just your standard jade satin. So there's the regular jade satin, and then there's the variegated jade satin. Here's a little Nikki. You say hello, little Nikki. Here, this is Silver Splash, which is gorgeous. Love it. And I think that's all the Scindapsus there. All right, moving on. There's my camera, there's my light. We're gonna look in this room now. And you can see how it's pretty jungly. It's pretty jungly in there, which I wanna change. I kinda wanna change. Although, yeah, okay, we'll get into that. Let's go over here. All right, so this room, the next room we're looking at, this is my dining room, and just trying to give you a little bit of scale, how big this room is. Not super huge. So yeah, let's take a closer look at all these plants. All right, so this first one, everybody knows what this is. This is a Monstera deliciosa. elbow. Elbow? Monstera elbow. Yeah. I guess I don't know what it is. No, that's what it is. So this one is doing beautifully. It's gorgeous. I love it. I'm going to hang on to that one. And then right here, this is a lipstick plant, and this is the Black Pagoda lipstick plant. Absolutely love this plant. It is stunning, just stunning, and it is full of these blooms. It's just full of blooms right now. And yeah, I'm keeping this one for sure, hanging on to that one. So here is another lipstick plant, and this is the curly lipstick plant, and most likely this one will be sold. It will be. That one is gonna go. This is a Hoya obovata. This is a pride and joy plant right here. This one will always be with me until it crashes, which they sometimes do. But yeah, this one is staying with me, and it's gonna stay in this location. I'm not gonna move it to the grow tent. Down here, so this is Philodendron Silver Sword. Most likely that one will be going, most likely. We'll sell that one. This one here is a pothos. It is the Snow Queen, or some people might consider it a Marble Queen. I think there really is no distinction between them. It's just the more variegation that the plant has. So this was considered a Snow Queen. Yeah, I think that's the only difference between the two. So this here is a, now I know they renamed these two. This is a snake plant. Maybe they're Dracaenas. They're called Dracaenas now. Yeah, that one's most likely, I think that's the Moonlight. I think that's the name of it. Where it's kind of silvery. Gonna keep that one. That is staying. All right, so over here, this is my cactus collection. And I used to have a bunch of Hoyas on this table here, and those Hoyas have gone to the grow tent. And I replaced it with all cacti, except for one succulent right here. Although technically I read that all cacti are considered succulents. I think I read that. All right, so this is the one genus that I have been still, like I have stopped, because I am going to be doing this purging, I have stopped buying plants, but except I have been buying cacti because I am obsessed with cacti. For instance, this is a more recent one. This is a Huernia zebrina. This is the Lifesaver plant. This is a new one I recently picked up. This is a new one, and that is a type of spiralis. I can't remember the name of it. Love it. It's just a baby. It's just a little one. Can't wait to watch that one grow. Some of my favorites, I love this Gymnocalycium Horstii variegated. Love that one. It's got these little babies. Cute little babies. Love the color on this one. And, well, okay, so my only succulent is this. This is the variegated bear paws. It's a nice size. It's a beautiful plant. It smells amazing. They smell like honey, in case you didn't know. And this is a newer one here. This is the Tephrocarpus geometricus. Love that one. Love my fairy castle cactus here. This is a Euphorbia obesa. This is another estate sale find. I don't know the identification on that one, but I love it. Of course, we have the booby cactus. Now this one I have been struggling with because apparently it came with scale, because it is the only cactus in my collection that is suffering with it. So I had to repot the thing, and I've treated it, and I think I have it under control now. Yeah, so that's booby cactus. This is another spiralis, spirally one. Love that. This is my Euphorbia white ghost. Unfortunately, lighting is making it difficult, but love that one. This is a pine cone cactus. This is an Arizona rainbow cactus. And then this one is a Mammillaria gracilis white snowcap cactus. And there's others, of course, here. These two I want to switch to terracotta. I want to move them out of these pinky, they're cute planters, but I just want to keep this and this also. Keep this more terracotta, more of a terracotta look. All right, up here, this is my monkey tail. That's the monkey tail cactus. So adorable, love it. Love this little pot it's in that I picked up at the thrift store, vintage. Just love the way that looks, so cute. Of course, that is staying. Here, this is the Hoya Crimson Queen. She is a beast. She just flowered recently, I think those are new. That's a new batch coming out. This one, this peduncle, has flowered so much all summer long. And then there was this one here, flowered a bunch. But most likely, I mean, she's so big, I have to keep that one. So that one will stay. Over here, all of this is either moving, this is going away. All of these down here, these are going away. I may not actually get rid of them. I may still keep them, but they're going to the grow tent. This is a Philodendron silver sword. Most likely, it's just sitting in water. I'll pot that one up and sell it. This is a variegated Schefflera, gone. This is a Philodendron Florida Beauty, maybe gone, not sure. I mean, it is pretty, we'll see. This, hidden behind this mess. This is a Philodendron, this is as close as I can get. Philodendron Black Cherry. It's like a pink princess black cherry, I think is what it's called. Not sure yet what I'm gonna do. I have a regular pink princess in my grow tent. I may sell the regular pink princess and just keep this one because it's just really pretty. I like the way this one looks better, but I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so here, this is my Ripsalis collection, and I just recently did a whole collection video on this, so I'm not gonna go through each one of these, but go to that video if you are interested in Ripsalis. You will get a close-up look at each one of these, and yeah, to save time, we are moving on. Here is a heartleaf Philodendron, which most likely will be leaving. And then this is my IKEA Millsbo tall cabinet filled with begonias and one Philodendron. Let's just pop in here. So I have this Brantianum in here, which has been struggling a little bit, so I'm losing leaves. You can see here's another leaf I'm gonna be losing. It's just from the bottom up, it's losing leaves. I'm gonna chop this one up and take it to the grow tent. So this is leaving. This is a new begonia in my collection. And this one, what is this? Strawberry Cream it's called. Love the look of this one. This is just your classic maculata. Couldn't remember the name. The maculata, Begonia maculata. Love that one. All these are staying except, like I said, that Brantianum is moving. This is a Begonia Gray Feather, really big. Just recently I chopped it right here and made propagations to put into my plant shop. So you will be seeing this one eventually in there. Love that one. Up here, more begonias. This one is Begonia Madame O'Reilly. Just a pretty red color. This is Milano Bullata, Begonia Milano Bullata. Here's a big, there's two plants here. This is Begonia Amphioxus. I just recently cut this one as well, these. Made some propagations, so I'll have more of those in my shop. And then this is the, I think it's the paulensis, Begonia paulensis, which has those gorgeous spiderweb looking leaves. Love that texture. And if you want to see more of my begonias, I recently did a begonia collection video, so you can check that out and see, you can see more of my begonias. Or you're going to see more of my begonias, but we'll spend more time with the begonias in that video. All right, going back this way. Over here. Here you're looking at a Hoya pubicalyx, and this one is so beautiful, so splashy. It has so much silver on it. This is one I picked up off of Facebook Marketplace, and this, I didn't know it till a few weeks later, but this was infested with mealybugs, and I was able to eradicate all those mealybugs. Surprisingly, I did it. I replaced all that soil, sprayed it down really good, treated it with bug spray, and yeah, no issues since that time. Down here, this is a Monstera Thai constellation. Looks a little rough. I think the problem with this one was underwatering, because I always read that these are so prone to root rot, so I was like overly cautious with it. And I'm done being overly cautious with it. If it gets root rot, it gets root rot, but it was struggling because I don't think it was getting enough water. So we'll see what happens with that. Kind of like this one and the elbow. I like the looks of them when they're big. When they're little like this is one that I could so easily get rid of, but I want to see what it can do. I want to see how big it can get. So it's staying. Here, this is a philodendron, heartleaf philodendron. This is the variegated version. Most likely, okay, it's moving here from here. It will not be staying in this location. What I'm going to do is, it needs a repot. It needs a bigger pot. It's only in like a 4-inch size now. I'm going to move it up to a 6-inch. And then this one is, let's move slowly. By the way, I didn't mention southwest. That's a southwest facing window. So that variegated heartleaf is going to come up here, I believe. I think I'm going to move it up here instead. Sell this regular heartleaf and replace it with the variegated version. That is the plan. So that is this room. I think that's everything in this room. I think I got it all. And we're moving this way to family room. This is kitchen, breakfast area. I think we'll just go over to the breakfast area first. So over here, this is, I can't remember the name. It's a succulent, and might be getting rid of that one, not sure. Here we have, this is the Cebu Blue, Epipremnum Cebu Blue. This is a Philodendron micans, and they go to the floor, and I propagate those. By the way, I will be having, I don't have any, I have to do the Cebu Blue again, propagate that one again, but I will have some micans coming up in case you are interested in some micans. Keeping those. Up here, this is the Philodendron gloriosum. It was ginormous. I just recently did a huge cut on this one. You can see the cut right here. It was like filled in this whole area over here. Cut it. I actually just pitched those cuttings, and I'm probably going to get rid of that one. I'm not a huge fan of philodendron. I told you guys that, you know that. So this is my, it's kind of like a greenhouse style shelving unit here. I did a whole video on that as well. This key has all begonias in it, and probably not going to really go into all of these begonias just to save some time, but you can go to my begonia video to see these. That's a tricolor back there. This is a Kennegiana, I believe, begonia. Yeah. There's a bunch of really pretty ones. Go to that video and you can see more of these. But just a quick look through the plastic. This is plastic. And then some down here. And I do run a humidifier in there. And sorry for the bumpiness of this. I don't have a whole lot of space. There's not a whole lot of space to walk back there. All right, so here, this, I want to get rid of a lot of this, what's going on here. All right, some of these plants will definitely never leave, but some of these are going to leave. For instance, golden pothos, gone, getting rid of that. This is a Dischidia ovata, gonna go to the grow tent. This is a, I don't know the full scientific name, but it's a silver dollar vine. Probably gonna get rid of that one unless I move it possibly to the cacti area. This is a variegated string of hearts. I have a few pots of this. I think I might combine them into one pot and put them somewhere, I'm not sure. Dischidia rustifolia variegata. Either going to the grow tent or I might just chop this one up. I don't know, I want to clear this out. I don't want this table here anymore. I don't want this stand here anymore. I just want this all cleared out. Syngonium Maria. I'm going to sell this one. And Epipremnum pinnatum albo. Going to go to the grow tent. So yeah, I'm hoping to get this cleared out here. This is a Syngonium, just a regular, nothing, I forget the exact name of it, but it's just a plain old green Syngonium. I'm gonna sell that one. I chopped that one way back recently. It was huge. Gonna sell that. This is a Hoya. This is Shepherdii. I wanna sell this one. Just not loving it. This is a Hoya Chelsea. It's either gonna go to the grow tent or I'm gonna sell it. This is my Manjula pothos. I love this plant, it's huge. I'm gonna be cutting this one back soon and making propagations of that one. I'm gonna keep that one and I'll probably stay right where it is. And then next to it is the Hoya carnosa compacta. This is non-variegated. And of course I'm gonna keep this one because I just adore it. And it is blooming. It is currently blooming. Right there. And it's going to bloom right there. Gorgeous, gorgeous plant. So yeah, definitely keeping that. All right, moving this direction. All right, so we are going to struggle with lighting. I'm giving you a fair warning ahead of time. So these two shelves here, these are philodendrons. So we have the silver, I think it's the silver stripe. This is the silver stripe. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And this is the Rio. Okay, so up there, it doesn't get a whole lot of light up there. So it's kind of, doesn't really have much of its variegation, but this lower strand here, you can see there's plenty of variegation there. And that's the Rio. And I think, you know what, when we were looking at the silver stripe, I think I was showing you a Rio leaf. Here's the difference. See if I can show you the difference between them. Not a whole lot of difference between them, but the one in my right hand here, that's the Rio. This one here, this one is the silver stripe. Not a whole lot of difference between them, but I guess there is some sort of subtle difference between them. So yeah. And then moving over here. This one is the cream splash. So that is a cream splash leaf. So yeah, I do enjoy that shelf. Those shelves with those plants on it, those will be staying. So here, this is a peperomia. And I believe, what is this one? Maybe it's called the beetle peperomia or quadrangularis. I don't know. It's cute. I like it. I like its growth pattern. You know, I like wacky growth pattern. Here's another peperomia, and this one has a more difficult name. It is the Kimnachii. And let me give you a close-up look at these leaves. Let's try and get some good lighting here. That's what it looks like. It looks a lot like, I mean, the shape of the leaves is different, but it kind of looks, it reminds me of the Peperomia Hope. It has kind of the more succulent, thicker leaves, and I love the way it looks in this pot, that face pot, and then this hanging planter thing. It's like a tray. It's made for plants. I love that. I picked that up at an estate sale. So staying, most likely staying, all that staying. Over here, this is an Anthurium vitarifolium. I don't know. This plant might be sold. I'm not like super crazy about it. This is a really long leaf. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I've just not, it doesn't, I don't know. Not crazy about it. That one might be going. Back here is an aloe plant. There's actually two types of aloe, this one and this one. I'll keep those. I like an aloe plant. This needs to move. So this is a Syngonium Pink Splash Illusion, and I saw this one in my shop all the time. This one is it's fairly low lighting. The more lighting you give this plant, the more of the speckling, beautiful patterning that comes out on it. This area, this location for this plant is not doing it justice. So I might just chop that one up, and then I'm going to keep one of the babies and just keep it in my grow tent. This is just a golden pothos that is going away. Gonna get rid of that one. And then over here is a really sad Monstera adansonii. I don't know. These always seem to do this for me. They're just kind of crispy and just not very pretty. So I'm gonna sell this one. That one is going to be going away. Now I think, I'll try not to, oh, one more. This is a Pilea peperomioides. Probably gonna sell this one. It's cool, but I'm either gonna chop it back or I'm going to sell it. But I don't need it. I don't need it. Someone else needs it. All right, so that's these rooms. And now we're gonna head to the bedroom where there are more plants. All right, so once again, I want to clear out a lot of this. It's very jungly, and like I said, I'm not really feeling the jungle vibe these days. So yeah, a lot of that stuff's gonna go. Over here, I have another snake plant. I kind of like the way it looks on this vanity. I just kind of like the look of it, and it's doing just fine in that location with the lighting, so I'll probably keep that. Here, this is a Scindapsus exotica. It desperately needs trimming. It's out of control. It's terrible. It's even going back here. It's even going back there. It just desperately needs trimmed up. So yeah, I might keep it, but I'm going to trim it way back. This is another pubicalyx. I thought this might be like the purple something. I'm going to sell that. I'm going to get rid of that. It's like going all the way over here. It's climbing all the way over here, going away. This here is my Thai pink lipstick plant. This is staying, and it will stay in this location because it absolutely loves it in this location, and it produces just gorgeous, beautiful flowers. This is the other Carnosa compacta variegated that I told you guys about. This is the one I'm going to keep. This is going to stay, keeping it. So up here, this mess, this is the Passiflora trifasciata, growing out of control. This is going away. It's going to be chopped up, and the babies will be in my shop. You'll find them in my plant shop. This here is a neon pothos, also quite long. It's just going to be chopped back. I'm not going to get rid of this one because this is, I made this, like it wants to tip. It's top heavy. That's a kokedama that I made, so I kind of love it because it's the only kokedama I've ever made, and I want to keep it. Back here is a Tradescantia. That one is going away. Another Tradescantia. This is baby bunny bellies. Again, growing huge. I'm going to chop it way back, and I'm either going to sell it or maybe I'll keep it. I don't know. All right, this section here, these are my succulents. I'm not getting rid of any of these. There's too many to go through them individually. I'll show you a few of my favorites. There's a Echeveria Lowii. This is Baby Toes. I mean, they're all my favorites. Yeah, I think this one is gorgeous. This pink butterfly. This one, oh gosh, I just need to do a whole video just on these. This is a Haworthia variegated, the truncata. Look at that. Stunning. This is another Haworthia. Look how beautiful that is. Haworthia Love. Looks like little hearts. Gorgeous. And we'll move down. I got so many. I have variegated ones. This is a newer one that says Snow Peach, Echeveria Snow Peach. There are just so many beautiful ones. This one here, this is a bluebird that was in where my cacti are. It was in the sun. It was getting too much sun, and it was suffering a bit. So I moved it into this location, so I know it will come back. What else? We'll just kind of pan through here so you can see. And then moving down, next level, I have some lithops. Super cute. Love the lithops. I do have some pinguiculas in here. I have other pinguiculas that you will see. Love this Haworthia. This is a variegated Haworthia. This one was also by the cacti, struggling, so we'll see if that can come back. Too much sun. I think it's just way too much sun over there. And more down here. Some more Haworthias. Love this one. The Suzu variegated. This is a new one. I can't remember what it's called. But I don't know. I think in the wintertime it loses these leaves, and then in the spring it pops new ones out. So I don't know. I don't know if this is struggling. I've only had it maybe a month. So it's either struggling, didn't do well in shipping, or it's just doing what it would naturally do. I don't know. I'm not giving up hope on it, but we'll see what happens with that one. All right, so that is a quick look at my succulents. I should do just a separate video on that collection. That's what I should do. So here, this is a Hoya linearis. This is one of 2 Hoya linearis plants I have. This is the one I always use when I propagate my plant. I chop this one. And over here, we'll start on this end. Syngonium, just a bunch of Syngonium. This one, just a plain pink. I'm going to sell this one. This is a milk confetti. I'm going to keep this one. This is a Syngonium 3 Kings. So I'll keep this one. This is a Syngonium angustatum. I'm either going to trim it back because it's growing pretty large, trim it back and keep it. You know, I have another big one in my grow tent, so I may actually sell this one. I may sell this, yeah, I'm going to sell this one. I have another one in my grow tent. That's the one I'll keep. And then this is just a confetti. So I had the milk confetti, and this is just a regular, unless I'm confusing them. I think, what does this say? Yeah, this is the regular. The other one was the milk. They look so similar. This is Mojito, Syngonium Mojito. Syngonium Panda. This is the heart. What is this one called? I love the Frosted Heart. Frosted Heart. And then this is the Lano Carti Road. These are all Syngoniums. All Syngoniums. So you're going to see my pink trellis in my office is filled with Syngonium. So what happens is when that trellis gets overgrown, I chop it way back, and the plants, I put them out here, and then I come, this is where they like recuperate from a chopping, and they start regrowing again. So like, I think, pretty sure maybe I don't have a mojito in the other room right now on the trellis. But when I remove something, which I need to chop soon, which you will see, we will talk about that. This will be replacing a plant on that trellis. Same with this one, the panda. So anyway, is that confusing? Maybe I'll explain it better once we get to that other room. So these are more succulents here. This is the Huernia palanzii. This is an echeveria. I love this one. Kind of reminds me of a burro's tail or the donkey tail. It's called blue bean. Really, I mean, it's very similar in that if you just touch it, barely touch it, you'll lose. Like these little leaves just pop right off. And then this one is a sedum seboldii variegata. Got a little bit too much sun there. Real cute. My little planter collection here that I'm going to be putting some cute little succulents in. And yeah, so all these are staying. I'm going to keep all this. Some of these are going. Some of these will be sold. Probably just this one. Yeah. All right. And then over here, this is, okay, ignore my mess. ignore my mess. So this is pothos. This is a pothos, really long. I'm getting rid of this one. I forget what it's called. Emerald, maybe? Pothos emerald. I'm going to sell that one. And then, again, ignore my mess of books. Golden pothos. That one is going to be sold. All right, so that's everything. That's all the plants in this room. And now we can move to the last room. Yay, last room. And that's my office. All right, so here, this is the office. And look who's here. Look who's here. This is her favorite place. She loves to hang out on my chair. She's got this little window so she can look out. She can keep an eye on things. That's Nora, in case you didn't know. That is Nora. and that's her favorite spot. All right, so this is my office, and we have lots of plants in this room, and surprisingly, nothing in this room is leaving. So this is the only room that I'm allowing jungle, that I'm going to allow a lot of jungle. So let's just start right here. So this is my terrarium, and I did make a video on this, showed how I put it together in case you want to do something similar. So this is, we're not going to go into it, but there's begonias in there. There's an Amphioxus taking off. They're Rex begonias. I have pinguiculas, like this whole, it's hard to see, I know, I'm sorry. Okay, let's kind of open it up a little bit here. Those are pinguiculas, like this is Cyclosecta right here, and this fern is in the way. Bunch of pinguiculas in there, and some Phytonias. I love this pink one, it's so vibrant, which I actually propagated, so I will have that in my shop. This is a red vein Phytonia, and this is another little pinguicula garden here, which is actually, let me close this real quick, put the light back up there. It's blooming, see that flower? So yeah, that is the terrarium. And then moving this way. Now, okay, I bought this dresser like this. Okay, I might have done this. I might be responsible for this. But this was already it was secondhand at the thrift store. So it was already looking rough. It had, like, I didn't do this. This was there. I just need to redo it. It needs refinished. But I probably will never refinish it because it will just, you know, because I keep plants on it and it will just keep doing the same thing again. So it's just going to be rough. So anyway, this is Hoya Syngonium yellow. These are Discidias. This is Discidia albida with my, is that my hair? My hair on it? And this is a lanceolata. These are Discidias. All right, we have this entire Vitzjo IKEA cabinet to go through, and again, I'm probably going to go pretty quickly through this, and I need to get up on a chair, so Nora's not going to be too happy with me. I have to remove her, so hang on. Okay, so at the very top shelf we have, this is a little, it's kind of hard to see, it's very jungly. This is a little Hoya Syngonium. It was a little propagation I made. Yeah, Hoya Syngonium back here. This is, oh, which one is this one? I think this is the Schinapsis Silver Hero. Really pretty. Love it in this pot. And here, this is Hoya, oh gosh, I needed to be further back so you can really get a good look at it. This is Hoya Syngonium. I chop this one all the time, so it's not as big as it could be. But love that one, Hoya Syngonium. Back here, another Hoya Syngonium. Basically, that's my mother plant, although I do have one also growing in my grow tent. So I have several of that one. Yeah, this is a Hoya Bella that I chopped back way back, made a bunch of propagations of that one. And then those are some violet, African violet propagations back there. We'll see how those do. And moving on to the next shelf. Back here, that is a Schinapsis platinum. And we have a Peperomia incana. Love that plant. Again, I don't think any of these are going away. I don't think I'm going to get rid of any of these. Discidia hirsuta gets gorgeous pink flowers. I do sell this one in my shop, and I should have some, I have some propagations growing. It's kind of a slow grower, so they're not going to be ready for a bit. Discidia one stripe. Very long, way down there. Very long vine. Again, more African violet propagations. This is one of my favorites, the serpentine. And I just noticed it's just right there. See, it's just starting after so many months. It's finally popping out a baby, at least on that pot. Nothing yet on those two. And then here's some, these were grown from one leaf, just like this. These came from one leaf, and I never marked on those pots what it is, so I have no idea what they are. So I have to wait and see what the flowers look like before I know what exactly they are. But those will be for sale in my shop too. This was a gifted string of pearls that looks terrible. I am not good with string of pearls. I'm just not good at it. I think it's variegated also. Just not good at it. I've never been good at it. This is really cute. This is Hoya serpens. Like, it doesn't grow a lot in there because there's just not a whole lot of space, but it's doing really well. And just recently, I forgot about it. I mean, I don't water this very often, but I opened it and it was like all shriveled. I thought it was toast. I thought the whole thing was toast, but I added water and then they just plumped right back up. So cute, Hoya serpens. And they just live in that cute little jar. Some Ripsalis. This is also from Tina. I got this one from Tina. This is Agudoensis. Really excited about this one. Ripsalis. Ripsalis clavata. Also from Tina. So cute. This is Ewaldiana, Ripsalis ewaldiana. This is a propagation from my own plant. I got hooked up on a plant there. And yeah, I think that is everything on this shelf. And I need to get off the chair carefully. And we'll look at the next shelf here, which is pinguiculas. So these are my carnivorous plants. A kind of collection here. Bugbane, Pinguicula bugbane, Ellersiae, Mesophytica. Aren't they cute? I love their shapes. Peaches, Gigantea, which apparently gets gigantic, but mine's not particularly gigantic. Johanna. And then this is Utricularia Calicifida. I'm terrible at pronouncing names, but it gets really cute. These are all dried up, but I think, see that flower? Kind of looks like an orchid. Love it. Love the flowers. And it has always kind of looked sparse like that since I got it, so. These are newer. This is Morinensis variegated alba crossed with Cyclosecta. And then this one is Emerginata cross Hamavensis. It gets real pretty pink. And again, sorry for butchering these names. This is a Drosera, and I can't read what it says. It'll be on the screen. But it is doing its job. Do you see all those fungus gnats? It is doing its job. More pings, that's Wesser. These two are Wesser. These are Cyclosecta babies. This is Condoy, tiny little guys. And that is another Drosera, which it looks like it's dying, but it's actually coming back. So yeah, I think I wasn't fertilizing it enough and it started dying back. But now I spray it more often with some fertilizer and it's coming back. And then we have some African violets. And they're in these domes. And there is a reason for that. And we will go into it. All right, so I absolutely adore African violets. And I'm going to give you, I'm down here because I want to give you a close-up look at these plants. So the reason they are in these domes is because my African violets keep getting attacked by thrips. And the thing is I never see the adults. All I see is the larva on the leaves, and I know when they're getting attacked because the leaves start browning, and then I look and I can see the little larva walking around on the leaves. I do know that, okay, so I have never seen like your classic black thrip in my collection. The only time I've ever seen it in an adult was it was a western flower thrip. So yeah, so I know it's western flower thrips, which I know we have a lot of them out here in Colorado. I think they come through the windows, pretty sure. But anyway, so what I did is I took every single one of my African violets and I treated them. I sprayed them, and I'll put a picture, I guess, of the spray I used on these guys. And I did like over three treatments every 3 days. So like over a 9-day period, I sprayed these plants, and then I just stuck them in these domes in hopes that no thrips will mess with them anymore. So that is the reason why they're in these domes. So let me just give you a close-up look at some of these, because they're just beautiful. Just absolutely gorgeous. Just stunning. So this one is called Frosty Cherry. Look how beautiful that is. So Angela, I told you I would point this out to you. So I have multiples. These will be going into not this one. This is going to be my mother plant. But I have multiples of these. I made propagations of this plant. They will be going into my plant shop. So yeah, Frosty Cherry, just look at that. It's got like, it's so beautiful, just love it, love it. So we have that one. And then I'll just show you the ones that are blooming, because the other ones are just leaves, currently just leaves. This one, look at this, how gorgeous is that? So this one is called Optima Mai. I believe it's an Optimera variety. And I was given this one by my mother-in-law. She sent me a leaf. It was just a leaf cutting, and it's got more flowers back here that are gonna open. But yeah, I grew this one from a single leaf cutting. And isn't that stunning? How can you not like African violets? Everybody needs African violets in their collection. So many amazing, just flowers. Some look a lot alike, but others are just so unique, like those two. And let's see, another one that my mother-in-law sent me is this one. And I believe it's called Lady Luck. So this one, it's all drippy. It's dripping all over me. This one came from a 60-year-old plant. So I believe that the mother plant was my mother-in-law's mother's plant. And again, she sent me a cutting. And this one, it's just so special because it's such an old plant. It's like, this is an heirloom. I believe they call them heirloom violets. This is an heirloom. So just gorgeous, right? And so easy to collect, just so easy to collect these guys. What else do we have here? Oh, this is another one that she sent me. My mother-in-law sent me just a cutting, and it's got some unhappy leaves down here. We'll just kind of clean it up a little bit. But this one is called Purple Hog. Oh, too close. This is one of her favorites. I think it's her favorite. But she sent me one leaf, and that's what the one leaf has become. And then up here, we have one of my very favorite African violets in my collection. And I've had this one quite a while. And this is one that keeps getting attacked by thrips. And this one's got a little bit of, I think maybe just water got on it and damaged that leaf. Not sure, but this one's serpentine. And I showed you the little propagations up there. This one gets a lot prettier. I mean, it's a pink flower, but it gets like purple spots on it. And also white. It gets white, pink, and purple. And it's just absolutely stunning when it's like in full, beautiful bloom. So I think I'm going to cut out that leaf with that mark on it, just in case it's like some disease or something. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. It looks like just a water spot to me though. So yeah. This is gorgeous when it's in full bloom. And then I guess I'll just show you one more of these because it's just so, this is a variegated version. The leaves are variegated and it has beautiful purple blooms. So yeah, those are my African violets. All right, so moving on. So here, this is a Philodendron strawberry shake, and I love this plant. This is like one of the only climbing philodendron that I actually really love. And I put it in this moss, like a moss pole situation, hoping that the leaves will start sizing up, and they are. They're starting to size up. So this is my biggest leaf currently so far. So eventually I'll have to extend that moss pole. And then up here, this is a Discidia, and it's Camagen Island, I believe, something like that. Real cute, round leaf, love that one. Next to it, this is Peperomia Hope. Gorgeous, love it. Love the Peperomia Hope. This here is a Hoya Pachiclata. Another beautiful one. Here, this is Hoya Burmanica. I chop this one up all the time. And then here, one of my favorites, that's Hoya linearis. And it is very long. And this one actually has flowered for me. So I try not to, when I propagate my linearis, I try not to chop at this one, just because it does flower for me and I don't want to chop off its flowers. Here is another Philodendron micans, and this is again a Philodendron micans, but this is the Velvet Halo. And then this is a Anthurium clarinervium. That is the newest leaf. It is still hardening. Looks like it's going to be pretty big, so super cute. And then the pink trellis filled with a bunch of Syngonium. So as you can see, okay, see up here? I have to chop this back. That's Syngonium lance leaf up there. I'm going to chop that one way back, and then I'll probably move this whole plant to my bedroom where it will recuperate and grow again, and then I will replace it with one of the Syngoniums in the bedroom. That's my routine. So we have Syngonium elbow, which this one, it trails all the way up. You can see it's been putting out very white leaves for me, and it's way up over there. This is another one I need to chop back. So this one will be chopped back, and then it will be placed in my bedroom, and something else will be brought in to replace it here. That's a Syngonium chiapense, growing nicely. Here we have Begonia amphioxus, and these are just little terrarium jars. Mostly, like this is a fern here, but most of this is just overgrown moss, and I need to put some attention to those. I might just be getting rid of those, so I think these might be going. So back to the Syngoniums. This is a red spot tricolor, and it trails all the way up here. It's a gorgeous one. Look at these leaves. Beautiful. And let's see. Syngonium batik. or batik, depending on your pronunciation of it. It does, this needs to be chopped up here. This is it up here too. I need to chop it back. I like the looks of, because you can see like there's two plants in this pot. So we have this here, and we have this here. This is giving way more pattern than this. So I think I'm going to chop that back up, this back, and what's growing up here, not much pattern, and just let this take off. I love the way this looks. Behind it, Syngonium chiapense variegated, which is giving me some amazing leaves. So these are original leaves. And then this one, kind of boring, not much going on. But then the leaf after this one is right here. Look at that, a half moon. And then the next leaf after that, another half moon. And then the leaf after that, not a half moon, but very interesting, right? And then this is the most recent right here. Gorgeous, love it. Here, this is the green spot, Syngonium's green spot. Gorgeous plant. And this is just a pink. Well, this is one of the, I think this is like a freckles, Syngonium, like pink freckles or something like that. I'm not sure. What is this? Winlandii? I can't remember. It's a W. Cute. It goes, it's got a few different trailing areas, stems. It's got that one, and then it also goes this way. And then let's see what else we have here. This is Syngonium lance leaf, which is also lance leaf up here, and then this needs to be cut back. So I think that is all the Syngonium up there. I think so. Down here is all begonias, which again, I'm not gonna like go crazy into these because I just did a whole begonia collection video, but we'll go quickly through here. So this is Begonia Sinbad down here, and the mother plant, okay, we're in this corner here. The mother plant starts in the center here, and she's got more growth up here. So this thing is like going crazy all throughout the cabinet. This is Begonia White Ice. Gorgeous. This is, I think, what is it called? Breveremosa. Look how big this leaf is. A little crispy. Shouldn't be. What, I don't know why, but it's a little crispy there. And let's see. What's this one called? I can never remember. Oh, this is Breveremosa. This one, Chlorosticta chloronera. Chlorosticta cross chloronera. That's what this one is. This one is Breveremosa. Beautiful pink, stunning. Gorgeous. This one, it's got some flowers on it. I'll have to put the name on the screen. I can't remember the name of this one, but I love how it has this like pink in here, and it looks like these little pillows. So cute. This is, why am I drawing a blank? Escargot. Begonia escargot. More of the leaves down here. This cabinet is very full, very full. This one is maybe Madame O'Reilly. Let me see here. Ooh, Maurice. That one is Begonia Maurice. And then this one, love that, Berkeleyi, I believe, is what this one is called. And then this is Listata. So fuzzy. And then this one, oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Let me pull this out so you can see it. Right there. This, oh, by Pinafida. By Pinafida. So yeah, we are very full. This is a very full cabinet of begonias that need trimming, and I'll put them in my shop. I'm gonna cut them back, and you'll find propagations, little plants in my shop eventually. So yeah, which one is your favorite? Which is your favorite of all these? I could not tell you what my favorite is. I do really love this. I do really love this, and I do really love this. I love them all. All right, moving on. We are actually, this is it. This is the last of this tour. So here we have Hoya curtisii, very long. This is another, I told you I have multiple plants of my string of hearts. So this is a combination pot, which we made a couple years ago. I made a video, and it's a combination of silver glory and variegated. So we have that. Here is Philodendron lemon lime, really giving us some lemony, limey leaves. And then this is just a jar of Scindapsus. It is Argyrius and Silver Splash. And it is so rooted and totally needs to be potted up, but I just haven't gotten to it. And that, you guys, that is it. We did it, hopefully in under an hour. Yeah, that is my houseplant tour. All right, so that's been your 2024 houseplant tour. That's all the plants in my collection upstairs. Once again, I said I will have another houseplant tour of my grow tents. I have 2 8-foot by 8-foot grow tents in my basement filled with plants. So that will be a separate video, but that's it for all the plants up here. And I'll have to count and see exactly how many I have up here, how many we looked at. Maybe I can put it on the screen, that number. I actually am really curious what it is. So yeah, so next year, 2025, we'll have to see, assuming I'm still here. I'm planning to still be here next year. We'll have to see what changed. You'll see in that next year's tour, you'll see what is still here and what I ended up purging. Or maybe you would like for me to do a separate video letting you know what exactly I ended up getting rid of. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what. I have an idea of what plants I want to purge, but I don't know. It could end up being even more than what I'm thinking at the moment. So yeah, that is going to do it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed this houseplant tour. Thank you for coming along with me. Hopefully it wasn't too boring, and hopefully it was interesting. I think what it is for me, it's kind of boring because I'm with these plants every single day. I'm in this house with these plants every single day, so it's not exciting to me. Hopefully it was exciting for you. So thanks, you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.